But yo, finally, for everybody who's watching, Noor just decides to show up now. We go 34 minutes late, but it's okay. Welcome back, sir. A little introduction on Noor. Noor plays at Colorado. It's his first year, and he's absolutely killing it, right, Noor?
Yes, sir. Yo, hustlers! Welcome back to another episode of the HustlePedia podcast.
Today we got a guest that we've been actually really excited to have on for a long time. To be completely honest, we've been hoping to get you on for a few months now, even though we haven't reached out to you. But NCAA madman Lwal Uguak, and then Noor Gatkuoth is on his way too. He plays for Colorado State, but he's always late. It's just kind of a thing with him. So we're gonna run. He's gonna walk in. But let's get right into your story, Lwal. You're from Uconn, straight out of Harry Ainley, right from the city.
Yeah.
I know. I have a funny memory from when I was in grade 10. We were doing the Oklahoma drill.
Oh yeah.
We were doing an Oklahoma drill, and I was actually going into grade 10, so I was still grade 9, spring camp, and you were senior year, and it was our coach lined me up as a linebacker against you and Tyler Duguid for 3 plays in a row. And I had this. I wasn't in speed flex. It was one of those bad helmets. I was getting knocked around, but it was fun. Yeah. It was good stuff. But let's get into Uconn and how your story went after Harry Ainley and what brought you to go down to the States.
So coming out of high school, I had a couple offers. Uconn was one of them. Fresno State as well. Actually, I think I remember that day because Fresno State's defensive coordinator came to watch the practice.
Oh, he was there. Okay.
So Green State was on some, okay.
That's probably why I was up against you, yeah.
3 times in a row, Oklahoma.
Because I was getting ragdolled, but okay, go on.
So it came down to the 2. Chose Uconn. Played there for 3 years. I was there for 4 years, including COVID year, but we didn't have a season. Decided to enter the transfer portal after last season.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to Texas Christian University.
Okay, Texas Christian. What made you choose that? You just had to get her to Uconn for some reason or what?
TCU is a pretty big school.
Yeah.
Football wise, football is down in Texas, all they live and breathe. I'm not gonna lie, when I was younger, TCU was probably up there as one of my schools I wanted to go.
Like a dream?
They had the crazy jerseys like Oregon, those, when you were.
What's the colorway? I don't know. I don't follow that much. So.
Purple. They got purple. They got black. They got bro.
Oh,
they got their jerseys crazy. Yeah, just when I was younger, I was like, it was Oregon, them, and probably USC. As as a kid, you see the teams on TV all the time. That's where you want to
go. Of course.
So it's kind of crazy how it's come full circle, and now I'm about to go play there.
How was your experience at Uconn?
Oh man, Uconn was definitely an experience.
I want to know when you had the offer from Fresno and Uconn, what made you choose Uconn? Was there pros and cons? Because I know you had that battle with yourself. Which one?
I got the first Fresno State was my first offer.
Yeah.
I got that going into the senior year.
Mm-hmm.
So that summer we had the Canada Cup in Halifax.
Okay.
And it was actually a pretty funny story. At Canada Cup, they do this little. It's they do little recruiting days and stuff like that with all the schools from Canada. It's a big tournament from all the provinces.
Mm-hmm.
So I obviously played on Team Alberta.
That's where you're playing with Jay Rose and those guys. Okay, yeah, for sure.
Down there in Nova Scotia, and it was weird because the day before I got my Fresno offer, there was a recruiting circuit, and I was kind of bummed because not too many of the Canadian schools were really talking to me like that.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I knew that I was talking to some D1 schools, so I kind of it didn't really brush me the wrong way.
Yeah.
So the day after that, we're all just chilling and getting ready. I think we had a game and the next day or something like that. And the Fresno State coach called me and they finally said, you know what, we're gonna offer you. And I was like, wow.
That was my first
offer.
How did it feel to have the first D1 offer?
Extravagant, huh?
Yeah, bro. It's you just finally happy you have your foot in the door. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's obviously different routes. You go the proper route, you go another route. But I was just wow, I did this out of high school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
exactly. So I was just excited. I was ecstatic. I didn't really know what to think, but I knew that I had my foot in the door, and things were gonna start running.
Just more from there, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Uconn came quickly after that, or what?
Uconn came, I'll say halfway through the season.
Yeah.
So the season was going. Fresno State, we were talking and stuff, but they went through some coaching changes at the same time. So the guy that was actually there at that practice, he got fired.
So he wasn't around. Yeah,
so he wasn't. So when he left, it was he recruited me, but I didn't really like. But the new coach didn't know me, so it was like they had the offer there, but they couldn't really move on it, and they wanted other guys. They did what they did, but Uconn was really talking to me, and they really wanted me. Coach came to my house 3 times, and I was just like, this team obviously wants me. Set up an official visit, and was there at the end of the season.
Dropped off the packages.
You know how it is. Yeah. But yeah, once Uconn hit, and I was pretty excited. Like either way, I was going Division I, so I was pretty happy with what was going on.
For sure. And then when Uconn gave you the offer halfway through the season, that was just. How did you feel better about that one?
I was.
Were you expecting?
No, I was just as happy, I guess.
Yeah.
I thought I'd have more coming out the gates, but I was also, like I said, like I wasn't in prep or anything. So these guys were kind of taking a shot on a Canadian kid.
You're happy with what you could get.
I was happy with what I could get at the time.
Is there one school you were eyeing, like one specific school?
Not really. Just to go to. I wanted to go to a place where, like, I obviously had the dream schools, like when I was younger and stuff. But when it comes to playing Division I football, like I was just happy that I had the opportunity.
As long as you're playing for the NCAA, right?
Exactly.
At the end of the day, because those guys take it real serious.
Yeah, how's the difference like going from Canadian football to like States football? I mean, it's completely different, right? So, like,
it is. It's a. First of all, it's a different football, like different rules. Like the Canadian field is bigger. They have the goalposts at the front, and like.
Yeah, I've had some
one
friends
extra
tell me
player.
that the American fields, you feel faster.
Oh yeah. American fields are way smaller. It's like everything's happening right there. Like it's like, I think I seen a video the other day. They were comparing the two. American field is like 53 yards across, and the Canadian is like 66. So like, it does. It definitely does.
But the energy and environment when it comes to like fan bases and following behind teams and stuff. And the way they do the training, what's the difference between the Canadian League and the American League?
I'll say they football is one of the it's one of the big sports for them. Like I know it's big in Canada as well, but then when it's like when it's minus 20, you're not gonna have that many fans at your game. In the middle of October, like sometimes in October, it probably didn't snow until November, like near the end of the season at Uconn, so there's definitely a difference there when it comes to like the temperature. It's an outside sport, so no one's trying to. It's kind of hard to get a lot of fans to come every single game throughout the whole season here in Canada because it starts to get cold and you know the weather down here how it gets.
Do you feel like you had an advantage in the cold, like because you played in such a cold weather?
Kind of, yeah. I think so. But like once you get to that level, there's guys that were like. From Florida that would play with go warm ups with no shirts and stuff like that in the coldest game of the year. Just because it's a business. You're gonna play whatever the temperature is. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
But when you were in Uconn, I want to know about the fan base because I've seen videos from like Penn State and stuff, and they're doing their whiteout chants.
Yeah.
What is it? What is the environment like at Uconn, or what was it like?
Uconn definitely had some success a couple years, like probably a decade before I got there.
Yeah.
But like they went through some bad coaching situations, which kind of left them in a pit. So I'll say the fan bases were there, but they weren't that like they weren't with the team. We weren't. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna keep it transparent. We weren't that good for the years I was there. We went through a lot, with the coaching and just. Overall, young team. Like I was a freshman. Yeah. So the thing with Canadian kids is that, at least for me, most of the guys that were in my class got there June 1st, May 30th. Like their school ended like around now. But here in Canada, we don't finish until June. Until the end of the June. So, and I also had to do like some I had to get my visa and stuff right. So I didn't get to Uconn until July 30th.
So you were a late kid.
And they thought I was a walk-on and stuff. It's crazy.
So did you have respect when you pulled up, or because you were late, they were like, "Why are you?"
They didn't really know me, and I was also Canadian, so it's like, Americans do not give a f. Like they don't care. They don't care. Like they didn't know I was Canadian until I probably told them.
What do they think about that? I'm always interested to hear that.
They're just like, they don't. I don't know. They just don't care. Literally, they just don't care.
They just
don't care. They don't like. They're American. and then everything else. You know what I mean?
They're not like, whoa, they're not interested or anything.
Once they find out, they'll be like, oh, A, like, hey, or you know, Drake or something. Like
They
that,
ask you some questions about polar bears or something. Obviously, super stereotypical.
Bro,
That's
it was
lit.
crazy because I think it was my first semester there, and like we got to do study. All the freshmen got to do study hall and stuff, like freshmen for all the sports. And there was this one girl. She was like, "Oh, you're from Canada?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Oh, where's that?" I was like, "It's up north." She's like, "I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was another state." It's like, wow.
That's crazy.
It's like, bro.
They need to fix up their education system.
We know so much about the state.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We learn about their stuff. We learn about their history sometimes, like a little bit at least. They don't know.
Did any girls ever flame you or like your accent? Did you ever get comments on an accent?
Kind of. They didn't like. I guess they didn't really see my accent. It's more like they thought I'd be out there saying, you know, like A or or like
They thought it would be exaggerated.
a boots or whatever. Like
Yeah.
they think it's like what they see in the media, but
Yeah, that's
they were pretty chill. But once they found out I was Canadian, they were kind of, I guess they were more interested to be like, hey, oh, you're Canadian? Like that's pretty cool because not that many Canadians are out here all the way, in Connecticut.
And you were playing your first year, right?
Yeah, so I kind of got thrown into the fire right
Isn't it
away.
usually red shirt?
Yeah, there was a lot of guys in my class that redshirted, but the D line needed a lot of help. So when I came in, so I got in July 30th. July 31st was the first day of camp.
Yeah.
So like I literally got there first day of camp, and like I came out to practice kind of late because I didn't know how to put on the knee braces or anything, and had one-on-one reps against Matt Pert. I don't know if you guys know him, but he's in the NFL, and he was when I got there, he was already like in talks of going to NFL, like being an NFL prospect.
Yeah.
The guy was like 6'7", Jamaican, all muscle, 300 pounds, bro. My first rep of one-on-ones, I was like, wow, this is college
Good
football.
introduction, hey?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. So like I had to get rid of that freshman mentality really quickly.
How was camp? Camp was different.
Oh,
hey?
gosh.
I know stereotypical, like people run around with bucket hats yelling at you like a drill sergeant.
No,
kind of thing.
I'll tell you right now.
Yeah.
In my life, and like especially in sports,
Yeah.
that freshman camp is probably the hardest thing you'll go through. And I'll say that to probably any football player because it's not the same as high school. Like high school's a little bit. Compared to that, it's a little bit laid back, or like you can go to the back of the line, and then like some players do, but
They're always watching you down there.
yeah, everything's filmed. Everything's filmed. Like warm up. Like everything's filmed. Indie, one-on-ones, everything's on film. So like.
So if you're lacking, you're seeing that on the film session. They're gonna make fun of you. Huh?
Yeah, if you're lacking, they'll see that, and they'll tell you straight up, and you won't be on the field. You know what I mean? Like it's just cold cut how it is.
It sounds crazy to watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
But how'd you prepare yourself, like mentally, like going in there? You just got there, like you were rushed, like all that stuff. Like what was going through your mind? Like
Were you intimidated or what?
I'll say a lot was kind of going through my mind, but like once I was in it, like it may be weird to say, but there was no time to think. Like it was like you got to just go and do it. You know what I mean? Like they didn't care if you're a freshman or not. Like we were doing board drills, kind of similar to Oklahoma, but it's like one board and there's a guy on the other side, either side.
Yeah.
And it's like you're freshmen versus seniors. Like it didn't matter. We were all you get in, thrown in the fire, and do what you got to do.
And at that point, it is what it is. Hey.
Yeah.
And then after that, because damn, I wish Nuer was here. I could talk to him a little about this, but he's always sending snaps to the group chat of the facilities that they have there. And after the practice, even though you get beat to shit, the way you recover is just phenomenal. I want to hear about that because I'm so interested in that part of it.
So I'm not gonna lie, Uconn has a top 20 facility. Like their facilities. I mean, it's in the middle of Connecticut, which is they're the only sports team that the only like the big football team in Connecticut. Besides, like the closest would probably be the Patriots.
Right.
So like they have all this land. We got huge facilities, like huge weight room, like the
like hot cold pools.
we have hot cold pools. Like the recovery center is really like they take all that stuff is top of the line. Like I won't take none of that.
So I want to know how when you're going through this and your camp every single day, practice, weight room, recovery, practice, weight room, recovery, plus eating, watching your body transform into its full potential. Like were you just like I'm literally becoming Goku right now, or what was
like so when I was a freshman, like it was like, you know, go to practice, do all the stuff, but I wasn't like, I guess I wasn't as mature to take it all in, that this would like everything I'm doing is gonna lead to my future. So I guess I didn't really see big changes until going through my sophomore year. Because like
freshman?
Like you're a freshman, you're obviously not like, you come in and you're not lifting as heavy as all the other guys. You know, it's gonna take time. So after the season, like I told you, I came in late. So the season we work out and stuff, but we don't work out as hard.
Exactly.
And so then once the off season hit, that's when like winter workouts. You know, you're starting to get in a routine
like
and
2 a days.
Exactly. Like doing the workouts and all the extra work. You know, the facilities are right there. We have the fob to get in. So you want to get in the weight room and do the extra work. And that's one thing that I think, even though I didn't really see it as something that would help me as much in the future, it was something that, like, you know, me and my boys, we were pretty motivated, because we came to the program knowing that we were like hopefully going to be the ones to change it.
Oh, really?
So like a lot of the guys in my class came in with like the mentality to come in and do the thing. So we'd do extra lifts, all that after practice.
Okay.
Even if it was a little pump before practice, or, you know, the off days, all that, like that stuff, it starts to add up. And like once my sophomore year hit, I really realized that like I was getting strong enough to play Division I football. And that was the season before COVID, and I think I came in with the mindset that I'm a college football player now. Like I'm not a freshman. I played the first year and all that, so I can't really move like a freshman. Exactly. I got to move like I've been here before. Yeah. And it showed. Like I had 4 sacks that season, and that was pretty big for me. I had 2 in the game, and like that was it just showed that all the work leading up to it kind of paid off.
Yeah, and when you're in those games, getting like 2 sacks in one game, you're just like, let's go.
Like, you know, like, it's like,
you gotta get into it, yeah.
It's like, man, I don't even know how to explain the feeling. The feeling is just like, you do the stuff, you do the drills, you work out, and you do all that stuff.
No gratification though from that, right? There's nothing. And then when it comes from the game.
Yeah, exactly. So like, you're like, oh man, I'm tired. Like you're doing all these drills, you're tired, like your body's aching. And then when it hits in the game and like, you get a sack, it's such a surreal feeling. And you like, I'll be honest, like when I got the sack, I don't remember what I did or how I did it. Like I just did it. Like, you know, all the drills, like all the drills that I've been working up to that moment, it just, you know, it just showed. And I was on the field, had the sack, celebrating. Like that's what I remember. I remember the celebration. Yeah. Getting to the quarterback and all that stuff happened, but you know, I remember the celebration with my teammates, knowing that I did what I had to do.
That's good.
How do you feel like, you know, your friends, family, everybody's watching from here, like you're up there, you know, doing your thing, like what was it like, how'd you deal with all that? I mean, like it's even though it's not far, but it's still hard to being away from family, friends, everybody, like a brand new place, chasing your dream.
And also being one of the first guys out of Edmonton to get
you were,
like everybody's watching.
Time, like what we've seen, like when we were in high school, like because we were one of the guys to really do. And from Edmonton, like you didn't even leave anywhere here, so it was good to see that. But how did it really feel to be there finally, and just, you know, knowing that people are rooting for you back home?
I mean, when I first got there, like I was, and going through camp, I was kind of homesick a little bit. Like, you know, like I'm very, very far from, like, Connecticut's like, it's a 6-hour flight straight. It's on the other side of the country. But I was kind of homesick a little bit. But then, you know, I was realizing that I was here for a purpose. You know, I was here to do the thing. And it was really, I was really happy to see that people back home were, you know, rooting for me. Even though I was at a school they probably didn't know existed, for football at least. Basketball they're pretty big, but like it just shows that, you know, the hard work could pay off. You know, like seeing my family watching me on TV, they were watching me in the stands before. Now the fact that they can see me on TV is like, that's big. Like, you know what I mean? You don't really take it in the moment. That's one thing I'll say. Like I've been a D1 football player for I'm going on to my 4th year on the field because of COVID, but I don't really take in that I did all that. You know what I mean? Like I'm in the situation. There's people that, you know, maybe were in my age, the time's passed, and like I'm already about to be done being a college football player. So like I kind of like, now that I see, like, you know, I'm happy that like that everything's gone the way it's gone.
Exactly. And then from Uconn on to the new school, which was Texas TCU. I want to know if you're comfortable talking about it. What made the decision for you to make the switch, go into the transfer portal and look for other schools?
So this year was pretty trying. Like, you know, there's a lot of stuff that went on. Our coach got fired the second game of the season.
Okay.
And
you built a relationship with him, obviously.
Yeah, like he was the coach that recruited me, and like it was just things were kind of like out of whack. I was, just. I feel like my time at Uconn kind of came to like it kind of expired. Like I'm happy for some of my boys are still there, and some of like my lifelong friends. I'm happy they're they're doing their thing. But I felt like entering the transfer portal was like finding a new home was something that I had to do. I think I had a pretty decent year. I put some good things on film this year as well, and like I felt that I could not necessarily go. Like some people were asking me, "Oh, you just want to go to a team that can win or this and that," but like
that's not what it was about.
I'm going to a place where I can really thrive. I'm going to a place where I can compete for a position. Like I'm not just going to the school because of the name.
Yeah,
I'm going because like this is a situation that could lift me higher.
Bring you value.
Exactly.
Yeah, I want to talk about how hard was it to like. I don't think people realize it as much that getting to the NCAA itself is like a really big accomplishment. Like, what do you have to go through in order to get there? And like keeping your I know grades matter a lot from an earlier age. Like all that stuff that goes into it. Because we got a couple of friends that are trying. Nuer also, and he's gonna be here talking about that too. So it's been like I want to know from your perspective, like when you were, because I mean it's much different.
Yeah.
Here you're just you go to university. It's
of course.
more simpler. So what was the complications, anything that you had to go through that process?
So for all that stuff, I didn't really know any of this. So like say grade 10, I was just, oblivious to all this. I was playing football because I love the sport, and I felt like I was pretty good at it as well. But my brother, he also went D1 for basketball. So yeah.
Shout out.
Mm-hmm. So he was doing his thing, and he did the process and all that through his help from from some people he knew. And one thing I knew I had to do is the SAT, because that's like they do that in their school. Like they do that standard test, like, just like how we do provincial tests.
Was it easy?
Not gonna lie, it was actually pretty hard. It was just like a lot of information, basic information, but it's like leading up to it is like, this is a big test. Like, some people redo it. I mean, in the States, some people redo it multiple times just to get a higher score because like when schools see what you get on your SAT, they're like, okay, yeah, well, like if you get a high grade, like anything higher than like 80, which is like, what is that? Like 80, I think is 1100 or something like that, like the way they grade it.
Yeah.
So like the school you go to, it kind of matters what your SAT score is. I don't think they need it anymore. I think COVID kind of changed things, but
the higher the number, the better.
But the higher the number, the better.
Yeah.
I did pretty decent on the test.
Yeah.
I got a 970, 980 or something like that.
Okay.
But like that was enough to, I guess, qualify for both the Fresno and Uconn. But
so you knew you had to at least qualify for
the minimum score you have to.
I think the minimum was like 800 or something like that.
Okay.
Like you couldn't get nothing less than 800.
So you knew you had to qualify, and then what were some other steps that you had to take?
One thing that was big was, it's funny. I was in 9th grade. I was kind of like a class clown.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't really. There were some classes that like I guess I wasn't too like serious in. There was one teacher in my English class. She didn't really like me.
It was year 9, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I didn't even know. Like I was just Division 1 football was like NFL. Like I'm watching on TV. I didn't think like it was just too much ahead of like too much in the future for me to even think about.
Exactly.
So all my grades were pretty decent in 9th grade, but my English grade wasn't that good.
Okay.
Like it was actually pretty bad, and the teacher didn't like me either. Her grading system was like by how
definitely biased.
Exactly, it was definitely biased. It was definitely biased. So when I was going through that process of sending schools my transcripts, they're like, why is your freshman for them freshman year is grade 9, like that's the first year of high school. Exactly. So they were looking at my grade, they were like yo, why is that grade so crazy? Like, you know what I mean? Like you failed that, so we can't really to qualify it'd be tough. So for UConn, what I had to do was I got there and they were like, your transcripts won't go over before the semester starts. So you have to like take this class. I had to pay for this class, this 9th grade class when I'm 18 years old, bro. And what made camp even harder was that I had to do the class
during camp.
During camp before the season, because the school started August 26th was the first day of school. I had to finish that before the 26th. And I did it in July. So like I got there and like everything was smooth, and then they told me, you gotta do this class. And I was like, when? After and before practice. You're gonna miss some meetings, you're gonna miss some lifts, make sure you get this class done. So
damn.
So I was literally sometimes first and last in the building, like even before coaches, just doing this work and then going to practice. So it was, I think that's what made camp a little extra stressful.
Definitely, because you're getting knocked around and then all of a sudden you gotta
go back to do classes, bro.
Do some old stuff that you just learned like three years ago.
Class itself was easy though, right?
The class was easy. It was just a lot of work. Like it was like a 9th grade semester's worth of work in a month I had to take care of.
We don't give a shit here in 9th grade. I don't remember the classes I passed or failed in 9th grade, honestly.
Right.
So you're going to camp. You have doing 9th grade classes before camp, after camp, go to camp, and then lifts. You have no. How did you have time for yourself, man? Like
there was no time.
No time for yourself. So what do you do to de-stress? Tell me.
Sleeping, bro. That's why that was a hard time, bro. From July 31st to August, so probably midway through the season, or the beginning of the season was when I finally started to get comfortable and realize that I'm in this situation. Like everything else was just like stress on top of stress and just working in this classroom, football field, trying to stay in shape. Like, you know what I mean? Like trying to take care of everything at the same time. Playbook, like.
You have to memorize.
Exactly.
Did you learn how to balance everything eventually? Or did you just drop some stuff off?
No, I had to for that class. I had to take care of everything. Like I had to, or I wouldn't be able to, play. Then I would. That was the biggest thing. If I wanted to play, I had to take care of it. So I was kind of just, kind of like I said earlier, numb to it, just doing it and not really thinking. Just do the classwork, go back to the room 10 p.m. Back to the dorms, fall asleep, wake up at 5:30 to go do the work again, and then get ready for practice and stuff. And those days in camp are real dog days.
Yeah, for sure. Hot outside.
Hot. Humidity. See, and we don't have humidity here, but in Connecticut is.
So the air is heavy.
Exactly. Air is heavy.
So what important life lessons did you learn from camp that you could apply into your personal life?
I'll say just you're gonna go through tough times, but just look at what it's gonna look like at the end. You know what I mean? Whatever you go through, it may be hard right now, but once you're on the other side of it, you're gonna look back and be like, damn, I really did that. I commemorate myself because going through that situation just taught me that I guess I can really do this thing. It was hard at the time, but now I'm looking back and this is kind of easy. I'm doing good for myself now.
I think a lot of people are in situations like that when they really feel like they're stuck or they're trying really hard at something and not seeing results fast. Yeah. And they're thinking even if it's a 6-month thing, someone's working a job for 6 months and it's hard on them and they're I hate it. But then the year after, if they get through it and they look back, they're okay.
Exactly.
And looking at your story, if you didn't go through and you quit, that would have been your biggest regret.
Exactly. That would have my biggest regret. If I even took a day off, with those classes, because that was mandatory to do in order for me to play. They were even questioning if I was even going to be able to play because the time frame and the amount of classes and workload.
And then so moving on to this new school TCU that you're going to. Are you excited, man?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
bro,
big time.
Big time.
Recruiters love you or what?
Yeah, bro. I'm so excited to get down there and get working, bro. I seen the facilities and seen everything and seeing the guy. Do you guys know LaDainian Tomlinson?
Yeah.
LaDainian Tomlinson went there, and when I first started playing football, I didn't know much about football, but once I started playing, then I was starting to get into the highlight tape, watching the tapes on YouTube and this and that. My brother wore 21 because LaDainian Tomlinson, and LaDainian Tomlinson was someone that was, he's a big figure in football. Back in the day, that's Lamar Jackson or something like that. You know what I mean? He's a face of the. I think he was on the Madden cover and all that.
Yeah.
So going on my visit and it's actually funny because I was trying to get a single digit number this year. And I was
what number?
I was trying to get number 9, but they said it was taken already. So they gave me they said give us your top 5, and I was number 5, 3, a couple other numbers. Number 5's retired. I was what the heck? By who? LaDainian Tomlinson. I was bro, how did I even forget that? You know what I mean? So there's a lot of history and there's a lot of it's a pretty good situation I'm coming into. You know what I mean? Especially as a lifelong football fan and player. I'm just, I couldn't be no proud, happier, that I'm going there. You know what I mean?
Do they still have his locker?
I don't even know, but they definitely had some. Bro, the facility's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Is it nicer than?
It is.
Yeah. The locker room, because I've seen videos and it looks absolutely nuts.
It's crazy. It's
There's definitely a lot of money in it.
Definitely. Oh yeah, a lot of money. Actually, like there's a video on YouTube. It's like $160 million facility, bro.
Jeez.
Like $160 million just for like football, and that's
Just to become literally
Exactly.
primal.
Yeah, he would never see that in Canada at all.
it's that's what I'm saying. It's like it's a big deal over there. Like those fans and like football is they live and breathe it over there.
Yeah,
So it's
they take care of the athletes. Like they take care of them well,
Exactly.
making sure like all the athletes are doing good. Just
Fan base is gonna be crazy.
Especially Texas.
Yeah.
Texas is just. I know they're crazy.
Yeah, bro.
They're crazy.
So how much time did you spend in Texas?
You visited, right?
So it's actually funny. In 11th grade, I was on the. It was a Team Alberta, but we were playing in
Texas, the
Texas.
stadium, right?
Yeah. So the campus is like probably 10 minutes, 15 minutes from there. But like, I felt like when I went on that visit and like I seen him, like I was seeing America. We'd practice at like the high schools and stuff, and you like just feeling that like like this is their life and this is the kind of life like I want to live. I play football and this is normal to them. So seeing that I'm gonna be in that situation now, a couple years later, especially in Texas, only 10 minutes from that stadium, it's just like I wanted to be there from the moment I was on that visit. So I took a visit to TCU in February when I entered the portal. I entered the portal January 18th, I think it was, and I had that visit set up for February. I think it was like February 6th or something like that. And like going into the visit, I was already like excited. I was like, "Wow, bro, I'm about to, I'm about to just can't wait to see the facilities and stuff." And everything's top of the line over there. Like,
They treat you well too.
oh yeah,
Good stuff.
good stuff over there, bro. I'm excited.
That's
I
crazy.
I don't really know much about the NCAA when it comes to transfer. When you say transfer portal, what do you mean by like how does that whole process work? Is it messy and like how does that work?
Has it really become more lenient lately?
Leaving and stuff.
Yeah, it has actually. After COVID, so before COVID, it was like if you want to transfer to a team, you might have to sit out a year. Like you're gonna have to have like a reason. Like there was this one crazy thing. It was like this guy wanted to transfer to. He was a pretty big player, like a big time player. And he wanted to transfer to his hometown state because his grandfather was like sick and wanted him to get this. Like he wanted to watch his last game.
Okay, yeah.
So,
yeah.
but the NCAA didn't like he had to sit out that year.
Cold hearted.
So, but then there was quarterbacks that were transferring, and quarterbacks, the big position,
Yeah.
that were playing right away because teams need quarterbacks. So it's kind of shaky and stuff before, but now it's like for the process, you go to your NCAA offices. Every team has a NCAA compliance office, but you go and like you tell them that you want to transfer, and then you put they like take a couple of days for them, but they give you like your transfer release. It's like you're leaving to let the school know and let the NCAA proper
You
formal
don't
thing.
have to like let your school know before going to them, right?
You don't have to, but some, like it was your old team. Like you got, sometimes you got to.
So
But
did like the coaches and the guys know long before you went to the NCAA office?
it was kind of so the season ended in November,
Yeah.
and I was definitely thinking about it a little bit at the end of the season. I wanted to come home and talk to my family and stuff because
For sure.
leaving a school is you gotta restart the whole process and
Yeah.
everything. Like there's some unsureties. Like sometimes like I've seen it. Like some people still in the portal right now haven't got picked up. So it's like it's a shake.
Sometimes you can just sit.
Sometimes you can just sit there and it's kind of cutthroat. Like if a school wants you, they're gonna go and get you. But if you don't have like the stuff to show for it, then you might just sit in the portal for as ever long.
Once you go and like sign the contract,
Mm-hmm.
you enter the portal, like you're cut from that team and you just.
It depends. You could still go back to the same team. Like,
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, so you can't play in the transfer portal?
you're just not on a team. You're pretty much a free agent.
Oh, interesting.
You're just waiting for a team to pick you up. Like, so when I entered the portal, I still had Uconn was they were they were still accepting me back. Like the offer was still there.
Yeah.
Picked up a couple offers, a couple pretty good schools, Tulane, Tulsa. There's a couple schools I can't really think about off the top of my head, but when TCU came, I was like, okay,
Yeah, this is it.
that's kind of what I was looking for because they also play in the Big 12. That's like the Power 5. Like Uconn, we were independent, and even before that, we were in the American Athletic Conference. The Power 5 is where you want to be. If that makes sense, you know what I mean? SEC, with the Alabamas and Georgias.
Yeah,
There's
the
Big
big
12,
names, yeah.
Big 12,
Georgia,
Texas,
big
Oklahoma,
Bulldogs fan.
Oklahoma State,
Yeah.
Pac-12, like all those other schools. So I guess going, I wanted to go up to Power 5. We played Clemson this year,
Okay.
and I think I played a pretty good game, and I was like, I could play at this level. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
obviously, like I could play this level week to week. Like obviously, Uconn, we play against some good teams and all that, but week in, week out, like this year, I'm about to be playing against like Texas, Oklahoma State.
And it raises your playing level at
Exactly,
the same time.
I'm playing
right?
against
Yeah,
the competition's there, so I'm every week. It's not like it's literally you gotta play this week. And you're playing against a big team,
Yeah.
and they're coming in, or you're going to them, and it's gonna be packed stands, like whatever it is. You do it on the field. You got it.
So TCU is definitely going to be
Mhm.
growth, pure
Yeah,
growth.
definitely growth.
Yeah.
And
You said you played Clemson?
yeah, we did.
You see a show?
Yeah,
How was that?
that was. I'm not gonna lie. That's probably my highlight of the year, bro. The game didn't go off as planned. You know what I mean? You want to win the games, but you want seeing my cousin out there is like, bro, that's like not too many people can talk about that. Like,
Yeah,
like
that's crazy.
Like I was just ecstatic to play that game. Like that was checked on the list for me for the number one game of the season.
You guys eye each other like right before warm-ups?
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah. No. I linked up with him. Warm-ups, took a picture. Chopped it up and stuff. And then game time. I'm not gonna lie, that just made me want to talk a little more shit.
Talk a little more.
I was talking. That game I was talking my shit, bro. Fans, all that, because they had their military game.
Yeah.
Military game.
So their military game is like their big game. So that's probably why UConn. That's probably why they had us for their military game.
Okay.
They wear their purple jerseys. I don't think they did it this year, but like the
No, I
fans
remember
they were
wearing-
packed
they were
out.
wearing
Like it was
purple,
packed out. Like they're
All the military guys come.
no, like the stadium's packed out. Like that's the game. That's the big game for them. The military guys, yeah, they are there, and like they fly the big like choppers over the stadium, bro. Like bro, like this is like yeah,
Damn.
it was big. So
Fireworks and that or what?
yeah, bro.
The tingles, huh?
No, I was coming out, and like while because they usually do like the away team that comes out first.
Yeah.
And I was coming out. Like usually I like being the last one out. I get in my little mode in my zone. And we're coming out, and see the big like U.S. Army, like U.S. Air Force chopper just flying right over, loud as hell, just like bro, I was looking at it, I was like, bro, this is really it. Plus like 80,000 fans, like this is really, this is what you play football for.
Oh, yeah, I also want to hear about that. It's insanely loud.
Oh yeah, actually,
Like, is it roaring? Like, you can't even hear yourself talk, or can you?
maybe before, but like the moment you step on the field, like all that stuff goes away. Like that stuff does not matter. Like I'm not gonna lie, when I'm in game, I probably don't see a single face.
Tunnel vision.
Yeah, it's tunnel vision. It's
Yeah,
really tunnel
for
vision.
sure,
Like that's why, like when you watch games or NBA games, like where you can hear the fans heckling, they can maybe say something to them or whatever. But when you're in like on that field with that many people, like
Can't
watching, you can't hear shit. Bro.
Especially when you're locked in.
You're just especially when you're locked in. Like I'll say, freshman year we played Boise State.
Okay.
Boise State, that's the team with the blue field.
Yeah.
And like I didn't think that I didn't find out until like the day before they were like 143-3 at home because their fans are crazy. And it's in the middle of Idaho, bro. It's like
So
big blue
everybody
field in the
comes.
middle of Idaho, and everybody comes. And the stadium can only hold 40,000, so it was like 50,000. So there's fans at the game,
outside the game.
game. Like people are watching that because that's the only thing to do.
Exactly. Only thing to do, right?
And it's funny because we were warming up. And it was pretty empty. I was like, damn. I guess they're gonna go like it's not gonna be as roaring or whatever as they say. Go in the locker room, warm up. I mean, get everything situated, have our talks and stuff, and then as we're coming out, you hear this Boise State, and it's like I was like, bro, it didn't sound like that like 20 minutes ago. Coming up the tunnel is like all blue, like bro. You can't like that was my moment where I was like, holy, like there's a lot of fans here. Like, there's a lot of people here. And I remember one of the seniors were like, bro, just act like you've been here before, for real. Because this I know it's packed and it's loud and all that, but once you're playing, you can't be looking up. Yeah, just go out there like you've been doing this.
Yeah.
So that was a pretty big moment there.
So how would you compare the different feelings between playing home and away games?
Yeah, like fan-wise.
Nervous or?
So like I said, UConn we weren't that good, but like we had fans come out and turn out. There'd be some games where there wouldn't be as much, and there'd be some where there'd be a lot. Like usually the first game or the second game of the season, there'd be a lot of fans. But like some of those away games were huge because teams were bringing us for those games. You know what I mean? Those type of games where all their fans would come out. So most of my away games were the ones where I've had a lot of fans. You know, some home games here and there was a lot, but like after that Boise State game, I didn't give a crap about those fans because like
true. It wasn't nothing.
It's nothing. It's like, you know what I mean? Like can't see them. Like they can say all they want, but you really can't see them. Another big team is UCF down in Central Florida. They have the bounce house. That's what they call their stadium.
Bounce house.
Yeah.
That's how crazy
it's a bounce house. Like it's literally a bounce house, bro. Yeah.
But yo, finally, for everybody who's watching, Nuer just decides to show up now. We'll go 34 minutes late. It's okay. Welcome back, sir. Little introduction on Nuer. Nuer plays in Colorado. This first year. And he's absolutely killing it, right, Nuer?
Yes, sir.
Let's talk a little bit. Introduce yourself a little bit.
My name is Nuer Gatkuoth. Currently a freshman at Colorado State University. I'm originally from Edmonton, Alberta. And yeah, here with my boys.
So you got two crazy players, D1 players, sitting on the same table from Edmonton.
Yes,
Bro,
sir.
y'all don't even know the story for real.
You don't even know.
Hey, let me hear it, man. Let me hear the story. Let me hear the story.
I've known this guy since I was a cub.
Okay, explain.
Family friends, Emmanuel Legali, like the Legali family, we're really close. Yeah, they had older siblings that they're the ones they started playing football before my family did, and like you know they kind of told our family and we started playing as well. Yeah. But we didn't start playing until there was this big field outside of their crib where we just like there'd be like a barbecue that we go after the field and just start playing football because they already played football. I didn't know what it was. Nuer probably didn't know what it was, but Nuer lived in the neighborhood as well, so we were just playing football on this big field with each other for like me, my older brother, Nuer, their family. So we had good numbers playing like two-hand touch football, like just bare feet, like and literally running and playing.
Bare feet, bro.
All that, like just playing football. Like it'd be times when we'd say, "Yo, hit the field at like 12 and play till like 6 p.m., bro." Like just in the summer days before we actually started playing like organized football.
Yeah.
So that's how I met Nuer and like I've known Nuer like since then, and you know we've been like playing football. We started playing the organized football with Edmonton Chargers, and yeah, so we really came from the bottom for real.
From the bottom, yeah. Trenches, Richfield, right?
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Like all like you guys are some, and there's some other Canadian people that have been rising in football. You know, seen some guys getting drafted this year too. Like, what do you think about all that? Like, do you think it's getting more adapted here finally? Like they're realizing that Canada has talent.
Yeah, definitely. Because I feel like Americans, they think like Canadians are like bad at football. Like they're soft at football. But I think that we have like hella like under the rock people, like under our talent.
Exactly.
So yeah, definitely people are coming up. I feel like in the next couple of years there'll be way more D1 players than in the past. So yeah.
I'll say, well, at least for me, I didn't really see too many other Edmontonians going to play D1 until you guys know Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah.
So I've been playing against him since my young days in organized football as well. And they were saying he was going D1 when I was like 9. I was like, bro, 9. I don't even like what the heck. And then when he kind of broke through, like he broke the internet with his highlight tape, like 30,000 views or something like that. We were like, okay, yeah, he's definitely going to Division. He had all the offers, Bama, all that stuff. So like he was kind of somebody that put Edmonton on the map for real, and want to give him his flowers. And then he kind of helped me in my process, getting recruited and just getting my foot in the door with the coaches and stuff like that. And I guess ever since then it's kind of tumbled, and like I'm happy because like bro, there's some talent here. There's real good talent here in Edmonton, bro. Like the fact that Nuer's playing D1 as well is like that's, you know what I mean? Like look where we came from. Like we were just kids playing on the field,
It's clearly a
barefoot,
pattern.
playing pad, like playing on the field, like not even knowing what Division I football was. And now we're getting our school paid for our athletic ability.
Yeah.
That we didn't even people didn't even know existed in Edmonton. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's also crazy for like the South Sudanese community, just like
Exactly.
Like we have so many South Sudanese players playing D1 football now. It's like,
And
you know,
It's almost
definitely.
like genes at this point.
They're definitely, and one thing is like they're definitely looking up at like me and Nuer and being like, okay, like they did it, we could do it too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's one thing that's big too.
Yeah.
Exactly, being a role model.
5 years ago, like people be like, nah, Nuer's not going D1. I didn't even have a dream of going D1 until like my 11th grade year. Like 5 years ago, if someone said, "Oh, you're gonna go D1," like most people would be like, "Nah." Me personally, I was like, "Yeah, like I'm gonna go D1." But like most people didn't believe in me, didn't think I would be doing what I'm doing now. But you know, I just put in that work. You know, I believed in myself, and I'm here. You know, where am I?
No, we've seen the work like back in the days, like you know when before even he was like where he is today. Like we've seen him like making sure he's up at 6 a.m. meditating, journaling, like all that hustling, like doing all that stuff, making sure he's in the gym all the time. And you know, we saw that in him, and like with a couple other guys that also play football, are like, you know, it makes us realize that like he really did what he spoke. And like looking back like 2 years when we were all like holding each other accountable or whatever.
Exactly, like that one guy at the turf. You know, there's that one guy at the turf when we go to Millwood's turf and we play, and then we'd run all the lines at the end.
He was the one guy pushing.
That was like, "Oh, are you finished?"
That's what you do to this day.
Yeah.
I put the extra work in.
Need to, bro. Like when I realized that the dream was coming into fruition, like I changed my whole mindset. Like I started coming to Ainley at like 7:30 to work out.
Yeah.
And then I had my classes set up to the fact that like working out school was a priority. You know, I was taking care of classes and stuff.
But it was also.
But I was making sure, So like I'd work out before school, and then I had phys ed, and then I had sports performance, and math was like my hardest class. So I had that, and then I had the spare at the end of the block. Like sometimes, you know, people be chilling during the spare. I gotta get my second lift in. Gotta go get that extra work, bro. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that's gonna put you up there is the work you do, bro.
Exactly.
You can't just be deep. Like, you know, you can't just go and just all happen right there. You gotta work. Like that stuff is so important.
Because your competition at the end of the day is doing the same thing.
Exactly.
Right?
And over there, that's normal. Like that stuff is literally normal. They go and they love the grind. You know what I mean? One thing I definitely seen is like Americans in high school, like they love the grind and they'll do what they gotta do. They'll go to the camps, they'll do that. But like we're all the way in Canada, so we don't see that far. We don't sometimes, you know, go chill at Southgate, go go do this, just go loaf.
Take an off day.
You're competing against those guys. Like we're the underdogs over there. So we gotta work as hard as they are without them knowing how hard we're working, if that makes sense.
It does. It does make sense.
That's crazy.
And Noor, I want you to touch a little bit, because he was going on about the environment down in Connecticut and how it's different, and I want you to go on about Colorado.
Like, to be honest, when I first like got the offer, I was like, you know, like before, like when I committed and before I went, like was gonna go, I was like a little shook. You know, I was like, damn, like, you know, this is different from prep, it's different from high school. I'm like, how's this gonna be? Like, how's like the environment? But like when I went there, like I really just worked. It wasn't like crazy. Like everybody's better than me. I was like, I just put in the work and I competed. So like.
Did you show up and think you were an underdog, or was there a level of respect that they gave you originally?
I feel like when you're a rookie or like a freshman first comes in, like they don't really expect you to, you know what I'm saying? Like high school, like everybody's good in high school. That's what they're there. Like everybody that's playing D1 was going crazy in high school. So like they don't really respect you off your high school tape. So I feel like you really got to put in the work. Like once they see you, because like one of my teammates, like when I first came there, he was like, you know, he's on my ass every day. Like he was telling me like, let's go. He's on my ass every day. But like when he seen me putting that work, like it started like being more chill relationship, more friend to friend, like more just like buddy to buddy. But like before, like when I first came in, he was like, you know, why is this guy like, you know, he's like, he's a freshman, like, you know, like I want to see him like, you know, work. You know? So like like the environment was like the best way to put it was like you gotta work, honestly, and this work. I gotta work to be respected. And even now, I'm not respected. I haven't even played my first game yet, so I still gotta work, you know.
And a question I want to ask you is, when you went there, you weren't taking school, right? You were just strictly playing football, right?
Prep? Or what do you mean?
When you went to Colorado, or where you were playing,
No, I was doing school.
You're doing school?
Yeah.
While you were there?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was like, to be honest, like people be like, "Oh, university is so hard." To be honest, it wasn't even hard for me. Like, it wasn't even hard for me. Like,
it's the States.
It was like
it's the curriculum.
All you do is like do your homework, study. Like it's not really that hard. People be like, "Oh, it's so hard."
But for them, right? For them, it's like they don't like
He was
it.
telling us earlier that a girl asked him there. I thought Canada was understate.
Do you guys actually notice like a genuine IQ decrease?
Yes. Oh, definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. Canadian. Actually, I can't say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing. But yeah.
That's hilarious.
No, but how did you like as an athlete, like both of you, both of you, like you guys stayed locked in and believed in yourself throughout the process? Like, you know, I mean, we come from Edmonton. I'm pretty sure people don't even know what Edmonton is there if you ask them. Yeah. So just keeping like believing in yourself and just making sure that, you know, staying to the plan, because I'm sure there was distractions or other offers that even came by. Like I know for you, like you didn't want to be at a Canadian school. You wanted to, like, you know, you were locked in on D1.
I was committed to a Canadian school first for like 3 days.
Yeah, and then you changed your mind. Yeah,
3 days. I was like, nah, I gotta chase this dream. D1.
Yeah. So how did you, like, you know, what was your why in that process? Like, what made you keep going?
To be honest, like, I was like, after I seen like Lwal get offers, Joe get offers, like I was like, damn, like, you know, like these guys from Edmonton, like I can do that too. So I was like,
not even, you grew up with them.
Yeah, like I grew up, like I played ball with Lwal, like, you know, in the backyard. We played charges together. So I'm like really, if they can do it, I can do it too. So I was like, and especially because I feel like I just put in the pros and cons. I feel like it was worth it to grind to play U1 because like all your schools paid for. Like I just feel like it was like worth it. Just
a lot
really
of stress
grind.
comes off.
Yeah, a lot of stress comes off. You like,
bro, Uconn is like, I think it's like 27,000 a semester.
Yeah,
bro.
that's
Whereas
crazy.
like,
Like,
if
I
I'm
can't
not playing
even-
D1 football, I'm
Where's
not
that money
paying that.
coming
Bro.
from?
Exactly.
Like,
Like, so that's why people are hurting student loans and all that. Like when you see the pros and like going through that hard time, like I was saying earlier, going through that hard time is so worth it, bro. Like there's people who are like way graduated, like graduated years beyond, and they're still worrying about that stuff.
yeah, it's
I
crazy.
know in Canada it's a little different. School's not as expensive, but even still, like Canadian football or actually football anywhere else, you can there's only full scholarships in the States.
Yeah.
So like it's either you go there and you put in all that work for that, or you just go and pay for your university.
I've always like wondered, with full scholarship, do they like cover personal expenses too?
What do you
Or
mean?
is
What
it
do you
just-
Like
or
if
is
you
this
need transportation, because I always see these guys, all of a sudden they have Hellcats. So I want you to explain that to me. For transportation and like that kind of stuff, food and that.
The food is definitely taken care of. Like for
okay.
me, we had like our dining hall. Like we had our cafeteria specifically for the football team.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like you work out and then you go upstairs to go eat in the cafeteria as well.
Yeah,
You
everything,
guys have a
like,
dining
all
too?
out there.
But then like when it comes to getting places, they don't really.
You can get there on your own.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know how it is at those schools in the SEC. They do
Yeah.
things a little different over there when you're a 5-star coming out of high school
They
and
do things a little different. Huh?
they have
They have a little more bread up there.
yeah. Coach is making 15 mil a year.
Yeah, the players are iced
Different
out
story.
all the time.
Exactly.
No cap.
It's crazy. But yeah, like I mean, I just want to know that as like athletes, like what do you think football has done for you in your entire life? Like where you are today?
To be honest, football's done everything for me. Honestly, it's been like, really, if I didn't play football, like I don't even know what I'd be doing. Cause
Exactly.
like in 2020, when we started like that business Lamandra, like I was thinking about quitting football because I was like, I'm not doing anything. Like I'm not home. I'm not playing football.
Yeah.
It's like I was thinking about quitting football, but like I've been playing football since I was 7, since I was 8. So
Exactly.
like football, like it's done everything. I'm 20 right now, so I've been playing football for like 12 years. It's crazy.
13 years.
I'm still playing to this day.
You too.
There's that. Yeah, I've been playing since I was around 7 or 8. I remember I played that year before. Newer joined the year after, like because like there's an age limit and requirement, all that. But football has definitely done everything for me because, yeah, it's like it's a sport and stuff. But the fact that it's taught me so much, like it's taught me more than like I don't want to say it taught me more than school, bro. Like because there's education and stuff, but then there's life.
Yeah.
You got to live your
Big,
life. Like
yeah.
school, like football has taught me a lot in life. Like hard times don't last. Like all those things. Like you could take things you learn from school, and sometimes you can't apply it to your real life.
True.
Like you know what I mean? You just
Yeah.
it doesn't work
Well, a
that
lot
way.
of people go to school and they're not necessarily intelligent.
Exactly.
It's a different type of intelligence.
Like 10 plus 10 is 20. Like okay, but like
Yeah,
how am I gonna get through a situation that like I really need to put my mind to it, and like how strong-willed am I to get through this hard situation?
So mental toughness.
Mental toughness is huge.
It'd be
bro.
like
It's
grit.
huge.
Football gives you that grit.
Grit, huh?
Yeah.
You got
chip on your back.
Even later in life when you're old and aching, you're still gonna be like, it's fine. I did this before in my life.
Exactly.
I'm
Like
basically
you play
superhuman.
football, you played rugby. Like I mean, I know you didn't play sports. I know Jackie played sports, but like tell me
Jackie's
about your
Jackie's
experience.
martial arts.
Martial arts like that, like
Oh, yeah.
sports, like shows you like grit. Like you
Yeah,
can't like just stop. You can't
Exactly.
quit when you get hurt. You got to get up.
Exactly. Little bruises, like it's all part of it, bro. Like
Yeah, that's
Honestly,
how it
I
goes.
think it's a necessity for young males.
I think so.
Females,
I think
even
so.
females, anybody. If you're young, I feel like you should definitely get active. Get a team sport going.
Get in the team sport,
Exactly.
bro. Basketball, I'll say, is a little different. That basketball players are a little
A little bit, like,
a little
Hollywood,
A little Hollywood.
Oh God, a little Hollywood.
I seen this one meme. There was this one meme, and it was like Oklahoma has made more basketball players than any other sport, and it's like that was the drill that we
That
were
was
doing.
Oklahoma,
Exactly.
yeah.
Bro, let me tell you this. So I was going into grade 10,
Yeah,
spring camp.
yeah.
I'm grade 9. Like I'm chubby still.
Yeah.
I don't even know what football is. I'm asking my friends what position to try out for, kind of thing. And Tyler Greenside lines me up in Oklahoma against Wall and Tyler Dugan, bro.
Nah,
3
he
reps in a row. 3 reps in a row.
Yo, I knew you wanted it.
But
Top
you know
off the
that's how
second
it
round.
goes. That's how it goes.
Exactly.
I remember like my first time ever getting like hit was by, I don't know if you know Connor Toniak.
Oh,
The
yeah.
first time, I feel like everybody's first time like in Edmonton getting hit was Connor Toniak. Like I was like,
whoa.
I was like,
played
whoa,
for
this is really
Chargers,
football,
yours,
you know?
yeah.
I was like, damn, like this
Bro,
is
you run
hurt.
around against that guy, bro, like in the middle, like you're just as a linebacker standing
Oh,
there, it's
yeah,
like your
linebacker?
death wish. Like, yeah, it's
Okay.
crazy.
I love Oklahoma though. Back in the day.
Yeah, it was definitely like a drill that like it really gets your adrenaline rushing though. Like everybody used to be hyped up.
It's,
like
it's fun too.
It's
That's
fun,
what I'm
yeah.
saying.
You enjoy it. Like,
Yeah.
you like really just turn up and everybody's going crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think sports definitely like no matter like what it is, you know, like when we're playing for a few years to like realize that like it like I mean I met like all the people in my life
Yeah,
through
like,
sports.
you really met,
Like
like,
I met everybody
really-
through playing
yeah.
and all that stuff, and like shout out to Chargers. I mean that's where everybody started.
Yeah,
in
Chargers,
Chicago,
yeah.
today. But
I have a question for you, nerds. A little off topic, but it's also to do with football in a sense. I want to know. Originally, you were playing a bunch of different positions,
Oh,
and
yeah.
now you're running that.
To be honest,
Yeah, I want to know what's going on there.
So-
and explain the whole story. What position you started at? What position you were going to play?
So
and where
when
you're
I
at
first
now.
started Chargers, I was playing tackle, I think, or something. I was playing like tight end.
Yeah.
Like, my first ever year I played with Lwal, I think. Yeah, first ever year. And then the next year, I was like, nah.
And you were still playing end.
Oh no, I played running back. Bro.
Oh,
That was okay. We'll get to that.
And then the next year, I started playing running back too. I started playing running back and linebacker. And I played running back and linebacker like my whole Edmonton Chargers career until like I would say my second year Pee Wee, so I was around like 13, 14 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just strictly played linebacker after that. And I played linebacker from then until all the way till the end of high school. And then when I went to prep school, they put me at everything: receiver, tight end.
you played running back in the running back in the middle.
For what?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I played running back for midget. Yeah. So funny story. You can tell a story actually. About your arm.
Nah, I mean he was playing running back because we were short players because everybody was gone for tryouts.
I went crazy that game too.
I was just slot blocking on the end, and he pushed me to protect myself, and then everybody fell on me, and my arm snapped in half.
Oh.
I had no idea. It was
Damn,
I was playing the whole game, and like bro, like it's still scar. Like I
That's
was
a big
there,
scar, bro.
Yeah, it's ginormous, and I went through all that, and then he was linebacker and he pushed me, and he just pushed me to like kind of like block that. And like everybody fell on top of like 10 guys. Just
Damn, bro.
crazy. Yeah.
Anyway,
Keep going. I had to let him know
Yeah,
that.
broke his arm, man.
yeah, I played running back and midget, and then in prep I was playing everything: receiver, running back, linebacker, everything. I went crazy that season because man. But anyways,
Had to go crazy.
Had to.
and after like I was being recruited by schools, and they all wanted me to play linebacker when I was being recruited. Only one school wanted me to play tight end. It was Eastern Michigan. They was like, I want to recruit you as a tight end. I was like, what? But anyways, when I got recruited to Colorado State, they're like, we're trying to switch you to like a rush end. We're trying to make you rush after the quarterback. I was like, okay. I ended up committing to them, going to there, and it's actually switching to rush end has actually been like a smooth process. To be honest, it hasn't been like really hard. Only thing different is like the 3-point stats. Getting a 3-point like is really like different. Getting a 3-point.
But you're killing it. Have you seen any of the
Oh yeah,
practice film?
yeah. I
Yeah,
watched
he's
that.
going nuts.
I seen the boy got his little shades
spit
on. I see
boots,
got
little
a
shades,
little drip down there.
His picture's going viral.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
Might gotta change that number though.
no cap. I'm gonna change it soon, bro. But yeah, what's it called? Like playing end just been like I still want to play linebacker. Like I'm still a linebacker at heart, you know what I'm saying? But like end's like a fun position
Trust
to play,
is fun,
you know?
bro.
Yeah.
It's fun, bro.
I'm trying to get them sacks, you know?
Yeah, the sacks is like touchdowns, bro.
Yeah. But what's your both dream NFL team?
Dream NFL team, like what team you want me to draft to?
Yeah, like ideally if you had to.
I like that.
To be honest, what for what?
The team you're gonna get drafted to.
Team I'm going to get drafted.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
team I'm going to get drafted to. It's anywhere is not cold, to be honest. Like anywhere
not
hot.
cold,
Like, I don't care if it's Arizona. I don't care if it's Florida. Like anywhere is not hot or not cold.
So you're telling me Buffalo Bills
Oh hell
want
no.
you?
Nah, bro.
See,
hey,
this is the
Actually, nah, I'm not gonna say no.
I'm going. That money make you feel a little different.
cap, bro.
I'm not cold. I got a couple million in my pocket.
What about you, Luli?
Me, oh man. When I was younger, I would say the Saints, but now that it's coming a little closer to the time, I'll probably say whatever team. bro.
Whatever.
I'm just trying to be in that bit.
No cap.
You know what I mean?
Both of you.
Yeah.
How does so you have one? Correct me if I'm wrong. You have 1 year left of playing, and you're just getting started.
Yeah, I have 3 years left because I lost 1 year of eligibility
Okay.
for my prep school.
And are you gonna redshirt the first year?
To be honest, I'm not trying to redshirt. I'm
Or,
trying to play.
So but what I'm getting at is if you play, will you guys end up playing each other?
Actually, no. See, he goes to Colorado State. But
Oh.
our first game of the season is against Colorado.
Oh, yeah, I see you.
So I'm gonna be up there first.
What
game of the
conference
season.
is TCU in?
Big 12.
Oh, Big 12? Yeah, I'm in the Middle West or Midwest.
Midwest, yeah.
Bro, shit, there's so many different conferences.
Yeah,
There's
you got lost.
conferences.
So you guys don't play all. They all don't play all each other, even if when it comes to finals and championships and stuff.
Like only like what
If
teams
we go to a
can
bowl
play
game,
anywhere?
if we go to a bowl game,
Yeah.
if we go to a bowl game and we so happy, it's like that'd be such a coincidence if we play
Yeah.
each other in a bowl game because like you win 6 games. If your team wins 6 games or more, then you get to go to a bowl game, which is like it's kind of celebratory.
Yeah, those
you know, it's like a kind of celebration. It's like you won 6 games. You get like you go to some of the places are in like the Bahamas. Like it's like you're going in a hot area, or like you know like it's like a vacation kind of, but you're playing the game at the same time. Like Uconn went to the Fiesta Bowl in 2011, I think. And I think that was the year the PS3 came out. So everybody that was coaches, players, like from both teams, they got a PlayStation because it was funded by PlayStation.
Dang.
Wow.
So they all got the PS3 when it just came out. It's like it's literally so like you get a watch, you get like the ring. It's like it's pretty much a celebration that you won 6 or more games.
So
That's dope.
That's crazy. You know what they need to bring back?
what?
NCAA.
yeah, hey, that's coming soon. That's coming soon. He might be in the game. I might not be, but he might be in the game.
That would be crazy.
Oh, you never know. You
Yeah.
never know though.
Uh-huh.
Who knows? But
Are they
hopefully-
actually coming out with it? Like, there's so
Oh
many
no, they are because
Oh.
the NIL rule that passed, that was the only thing that
Oh, that
stopped
Let's
it.
talk about NIL. How is
then-
it with you?
The NIL.
NIL.
Oh no, we're Canadian, bro.
So we can't get it.
Nope.
That's crazy.
Well, so with NIL is like it's the name, image, likeness. It's like before it would be that the schools profit 100% of everything that comes from the player. So it doesn't matter if you're Reggie Bush or the best like Trevor Lawrence. Like some of these guys that like if Zion Williamson was here on NIL, bro, people would be just like mad about how much money he'd be making because let's be real, that's Zion Williamson.
Yeah,
you know
he's
what I mean?
making that.
So when they made that rule change, it was like players could now make a portion of what, like if a brand wants to use them to sponsor them or whatever,
They get a percentage.
they get a
Okay.
percentage. So
That's good though.
exactly.
Yes.
So once that rule passed, it's obviously for Americans, but for us, we can only do things back home in Canada. So like if I want to run a camp, or if like Tim Hortons wanted to sponsor me or something like that, like
you
only
can't
it'd
get
be only in
sponsored
Canada, but I
by
can't do it in the
American
States exactly
companies
because I'm on visa
Why
there.
are they sleeping on you guys?
I don't know.
I think it has to do with like legal stuff, like having a visa and stuff. Like to work in the States, you need I would need a work visa or something, like a green card or
That
something.
makes sense. You need a working visa to be able to make legal money.
Exactly,
in the
exactly.
States.
But if like Nike was to approach you, can they just be like, oh, just approach you from Nike Canada?
Actually, I don't even know. Maybe, but like Nike, either way, it's an American company. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, even if it is Nike Canada, it's an American branch. So I don't know. That's a good question though.
I wonder if you applied for like if you actually moved there, like became
Yeah,
like a
no. If you
resident.
move there, then yeah. Like if if
Yeah.
I end up marrying an American woman, like
Uh-huh.
in July,
Do you get a citizenship instantly if you do
Yeah,
that?
it's
think-
pretty
yeah,
fast.
exactly.
It's
That's-
like a
that's-
year. Yeah, instantly. No, it takes like a year or two because like a lot of people like do it just for the citizenship, so they like slowed it down now. But yeah, if you marry an American girl, it's like instant,
You get your green card like.
just like that, bro. It's the easiest way to do it.
Once
To
you
get an
show
American
up,
citizenship.
my
Huh?
boys in love. Don't put that in his head.
Been plotting.
I've been.
You've been plotting, huh?
I've been
I'm
wanting
not
to
gonna lie,
make a
man, you actually look good, bro. Like I haven't seen you in a minute. You actually lost hella weight. I just had to say it.
He's been
You
these
lost
Good.
hella weight,
Gotta
bro.
hear it. Gotta hear
What
it,
you been
bro.
doing like squats?
Just been eating right. Man.
Yes, sir.
You don't work out?
I work out at home. Man.
Oh, say a word. I just had to say it, bro.
No, but yeah, like I want to talk to you, like you about like you've got your brother and you both like how do your parents feel about that? You got two demon stars in the same house, like
More than proud.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely more than proud. My mom, she tells me it all the time because she didn't even. My mom's not like she's oblivious to football. You know what I mean?
She just wants school, huh?
just wants school. Like really, she just wants school. But like the fact that we're doing that as well, she's more than happy. She's more than proud of us. But like she knows that like as long as we're doing something right, we're doing the right things. That she's just she's very proud of us.
It's good to know. And you're the oldest of all the brothers too, so
Yeah, all the
seeing your
brothers,
mom
like,
really do
oh,
that,
like- To be honest, my younger brother, he always says like, I want to be better than you. I'm like, yeah, like I'm gonna train you to be better than you. But like, that's crazy that like they be looking up to me like, oh, you're playing D1 football. Even my cousin's like, wow, It's just like crazy to think like me, like I was just like them back in the day.
Exactly.
Going to the park playing.
Does it give you like an extra sense of drive? Like
Yeah,
I
really,
have to,
like,
now I have these people now looking at me.
like, like,
Yeah, I can't let them down, kind of thing.
Like it gives me like I already have like a high drive already, but like
Yeah, and now
just
it's
like,
up more,
like
huh?
cherry on the cake, you know.
Exactly. Feed the fan, bro. The whole goal is to make it to the league. And the fact that like this is kind of the NCAA D1 football is literally a gateway. It's like a loading phase to go to the league. Like, what you do there will set you up in the future. So knowing that we could do so much for our families, like Nuer, you know what we came from, bro.
Yeah.
Like, how we were when we were young. So knowing that we could do something with just our talent and on the field is just, it's the biggest motivation, especially the people behind us.
So let me ask you a question. So when you guys are up and you guys are making bucks and playing football, are you guys gonna move your family down south?
Nah,
Or are you gonna keep them where they're at?
I'll probably keep them where they're at. I'm like she just said like give
It's
me a
more
small
of
house.
it's like a sanctuary. It's like home.
Yeah, give me like a little car.
Interesting. What about you?
Probably, I had a dream, since I was young or not since I was young, since probably like high school.
Yeah.
I went to Victoria once for a basketball tournament, and I was like, bro, this spot is just so like, it's nice. Like, it's like in the hills, it's in Canada and all that. Like if the the dream comes true, it will.
No way.
Exactly. When it does. That's a place that I wouldn't, up in BC, in Victoria, quiet, have my mom looking looking down and everything, that's just the goal. Have her driving her her Mercedes, whatever she wants.
Yeah. So do you think like having your parents support with you, behind your back at all times, how does that help you? Because a lot of people can't play sports or can't follow their dream because of their parents. So hearing that you guys, their parents are, even if it's just for education, they're with your idea, they know what you're doing. How does that
I feel like I wouldn't be where I am without my mom. Like she really she was the only person I feel like that believed in me through everything. Like she's like everything, like anything you want to do, like as long as you're going forward in life, like I'll be with you, behind you 100%. So like really she just pushed me to be where I am today.
Exactly. Our parents, they came to Canada as like refugees. You know what I mean? Like they were leaving a place that wasn't as desirable. So they're just happy that we do anything positive over here.
Exactly.
So
their whole goal is for you guys to have a better life.
Exactly. Have a better life than they did. Because I know my mom. I'm not even gonna lie. My mom's probably come to like a handful of my games, but that doesn't change what I feel. Like, you know what I mean? She as long as she knows I'm out there doing what I gotta do. Like she doesn't understand the game to go to the games and really sit there and know what's going on. But like I know that she's still supporting me 100%, like 100,000%.
Same with my mom. Like I think my whole career she's been to like 3 games. That's because she was working every day.
She's putting food on the
She's
table.
putting food on the table. But now that she's still working 2 jobs, but like she still has time to go to my little brother's games, watch them, help them out. But when I was younger, it was like, when I was younger, I was thinking like, why doesn't she come to my games? Am I like not enough? But like now that I'm older, I think like she was working all the time.
She couldn't come to
like
the games.
It was her. She's raising 5 children by herself. Like it was like
Exactly. When you're younger, you always ask your mom,
Yeah.
can I get some money to go to the store? And she's like, I can't. Now you're older, you finally understand that kind of
Exactly.
concept.
Yeah, like
Something I would never do it.
But even then, like she still always found a way. Like she still always found a way to give me a couple like $20, $30 to go to the movie or something like that.
Yeah,
she never
sure.
like
They make it happen.
yeah.
They make it happen. I don't know how, but they make it happen, bro. My mom's my biggest motivation.
Okay.
Yeah. Gotta give back to moms
Yes, sir.
Okay.
when
You
everybody's
guys write anything special on the back plates? Or?
I
Not
don't know
really.
if I can.
Go ahead.
Can you?
Well, on the back. Oh yeah, you can.
You
But
can?
like, you're back. At least
There's rules to it or what?
there are rules. It's crazy. There are rules. Like at Uconn, the rules are like, oh, you gotta have everything tucked, da da da. But then there's guys at Oklahoma are like, bro, they have their whole thing showing.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's like the refs. Oh no, the refs, bro. You don't want the refs to be on your bro. Why do the refs not care about them? You know what I mean? But either way, like I usually write my stuff on my tape or on my wrist or whatever. I'm probably gonna change that maybe with some tattoos, but like the backplate stuff, I did that stuff in high school. Always put a little note there for my mom, but I definitely have my mom heavy on my heart. I write her name on my cleats. Write a couple things on my cleats that I want to come into fruition. Just to keep motivated.
Yeah. Well, you know.
I think like the goal, the dream is to have my mom come to one of my college games. Has your mom come to the whole game?
Nah,
Never
but I'm gonna probably try to get them to come to the senior game.
Yeah.
TCU, Texas is not that far, bro. Like going to UConn, they came for my graduation.
Yeah.
And they went through what I go through every time I travel all the way East Coast.
Yeah,
it's not fun. It's like
What is it like?
It's like you got to connect like 3 flights, bro.
Oh,
Or something.
flights.
These layovers and all that. Texas is one flight. You know,
Yeah.
from 3 hours. It's halfway. It's like the flight from Uconn to Texas was the same as the flight from Texas to from here to Texas. So like it's right in the halfway point. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, Noor was fucking traveling for like 2 days. I swear.
Yeah, I was. I was stuck at the airport for like 18 hours. And I was in Seattle airport. The airport is not good, bro.
Yeah, but I want to ask you guys the last question, which we kind of like sum it up with, is basically like, you know, you've got guys that are watching right now. You've got family that's like, you know, you've got younger brothers playing. You've got younger brothers playing. Like, what advice would you give, you know, to yourself for that want to chase their dream in any sport even, and how to stay locked in throughout the process to where you guys are?
Man, I would just say, just grind, bro. Like it's so important. Like, yeah. One thing I'll say is when I was seeing my brother have his accolades and have his like his clout or this and that, like it didn't make me jealous or anything, but it made me, I don't know how to say it, like I kind of hungry. Like I wanted it as well. Like, and I was gonna grind. Like when I came to school, they were calling me Ahir's brother. Like they were like, because he was such a big name. I was like, bro, I didn't like that. You know what I mean? Like
it gives you
like exactly give you have a little chip on your shoulder. Like you want to be, that's Lwal. Like, you know, that's like he has his own name and this and that. And like obviously I got, that was my blood. So like, you know, I had to live with that. But like it also motivated me so much to do something for myself.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like I tell my little brother all the time, like, you should hate me, bro. Like, not hate me, but like you should feel some type of way about me because I was getting compared to my brother all the time. Different sports still. He's probably getting compared to me, same sport, same team, all that. So he should have even a bigger chip on his shoulders, and just all the way down to my younger brothers, just keep grinding, because that grind is so important, bro. It may not seem like it right now. The hard workouts, the 6 a.m. workouts, all that stuff. And if you're doing it by yourself, like that stuff, you know, it'll go a long way for you.
And I gotta give it to you. I've seen Adam put it in the work.
Exactly.
Early mornings at a ball. Good for him. Shout out Adam.
Yeah, it's in the blood.
For me, I would say like, same thing. Stay hungry. Like, if you want something, just go get it. Like, don't let enemies say no.
Exactly.
Like, just go get what you want. You know what I'm saying? And either also to like the young kids that want to play D1, like you can go to the NFL from anywhere. D1, D2, D3. Like D1 doesn't have to be like, you know, like it's like the prized possession. Like you can go to the league from anywhere. But like if you want to play D1, like just go get it. Like, you know, go grind to play D1.
Exactly.
That's what I say to like.
Nor did it, bro. You just said he was about to quit like 2 years ago, bro. Like that's some real shit. If you think about it, like that's some real shit. Like that guy came from the bottom and made it up, bro. Made it yourself. Made it on your own, bro. Good shit.
Appreciate it.
No, yeah, definitely. You know, then that was a good episode. We had a lot to talk about. Maybe we'll get Noor in one more episode after. We'll see.
If you want to come back, you're always welcome.
Got you, bro. Thanks for having me. You guys keep doing your thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, appreciate it, and definitely I hope people watching got to learn something. And you know, if you're chasing your dream in a sport,
two men here with big wisdom.
and
Came from
you
the
know,
ground up. If they can do it, you can do it, and that's the whole thing that we preach as well on the podcast.
Yeah, but make sure you just you know, like, subscribe, comment, let us know how you feel about this.
Socials will pop up, everything will be in the description. Make sure you guys check them out on national television, okay? Because you're going to be going crazy. And
they'd be happy to help you guys too. You know, if you're going through the process, I'm sure they guys are welcome. You know, they've seen it, they've been at the bottom, so you know they'd be happy to help you guys as well.
And you know, as Parcel would say, goodbye, hustlers.
But yeah, for now. Thank you guys for watching. You could be anywhere on YouTube, but you choose to be here watching us, and we appreciate that immensely. For now, HustlePedia out.